buy it, you're going to benefit from it, or it's going to be a problem for you. And we need to understand the deep aspect of who we are. So what is it that led you into blogging about the church? And I want you to talk about, a lot of people hear the term blog and blogger. I don't think a lot of people know what that means. I want you to talk about the aspect of what you do. I want you to talk about the church part, like what you're blogging about now, because your blogs are really interesting. Like I just love them. I'm like, ooh, child, she just opened it up a whole other space for people. But I want you to talk about blogging and, like what it has done for you, why people need it, and how, you as a blogger can help people who don't like to write, because not everybody likes to write. But I want you to talk a little bit too about this blog that you're doing now, and tell people how they can find it and why you're doing it.
So for people who don't know what a blog is, it's short for weblog. And it was
It's short for what?
Weblog.
Okay.
And so when it started, it was where like a bunch of computer nerds would kind of just post things that they were doing at work related to computers. It started about 1998, 1999. Then over time, Blogspot, which is now Blogger, and a few other places, they allow other people, like us, regular people, to start just posting our thoughts. So my very first blog was prayingforpurpose.blogspot.com in 2009.
Did you say paying for purpose?
Praying
for purpose. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
And so essentially it was just a place, an online diary where you just post your thoughts, what you're doing. And so that's really how it started. Now it's a whole business, people are posting things to make money and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And over the years, I've taught other people how to do that, how to make money. I've been making money on it since 2011. So it's, I would say it's my saving grace, because when I started it in 2011, I had just resigned from teaching in the school district in Houston, and it was something a friend was like, why don't you get back into it until you find a job? And within 6 weeks, I got my first paid opportunity. So I said, I'm gonna figure out how to blog and get paid. I like to write. I taught writing for 10 years, so I'm good at it. Why not get paid for it? But so essentially that's what blogging is. It started as an online diary, now is really a vehicle for marketing and advertising for brands, for your own business, for you to create things, for you to tell stories. Essentially, that's what it is now, a place for you to share and tell stories. Or that's the main reason you should use it, but other people just post to post. So when Danica and I met, my blog was Women Are Game Changers. That was the second blog. And I blogged about women and all kind of things because I wanted to give a perspective against the narrative of the love and hip hop and basketball wives type of narrative that was all over reality TV. I didn't know anybody running on tables fighting at brunch, and so I wanted to spotlight those women, and so eventually I sold Women Are Game Changers, and now over time I've blogged about journaling. Again, I'm a writer, so I'm going to teach people how to write. My podcast is about entrepreneurship. I had a national tour that sprung from Women Are Game Changers Fusion Tour, where introverted women could come and meet and learn about business and make connections. And I've posted events since. So my blog has evolved as I evolve. But VernettaRFrenny.com right now, I talk about my Christian walk, my faith. And it came to be because at the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, I'm probably never going to be able to go to another event. Just because, everything was closing down, and I don't like virtual events per se. I like to go to the live event and write the recap where you feel like you're there. And I knew that was changing. It was just not going to be the same because of the pandemic. And I got a word from God, like, hey, you should share more about your Christian faith, because people were, like Anika said, following when I was posting on Facebook about reading the Bible in a year. I didn't think people would be interested in it, and yet they were interested in, how are you reading something so big, and I finished it in 11 months. How did you do all that reading, working, running a blog, like still doing other stuff, but reading
Hmm.
reading that.
Hmm.
And now I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I was kind of nervous because I'm like,